Johnny
What up,
Taquitos.
muchacho?
Back in the building. All right. Good to see you, man.
We're back, baby.
For those of you that don't know, Johnny Taquitos is my original videographer. He was the guy who made all those, a lot of the beginning beautiful videos that kind of got us famous in our industry. And it's crazy, we're in a different time now, man. We're filming on an iPhone.
I was just thinking about that earlier when on my way. I was like,
nuts.
man, it's been like 3 years since I've been back here.
They don't reward good stuff anymore. It's crazy. Okay, so this is behind the box. You're here in my office. It's like a couple of moments with me, and I want to put you in my mindset a little bit. I want you to understand I keep tools with me everywhere. This is one of my favorite things. It is called the Pro Gauge, and this is by HSA Cigar. Nick Kutra, who's been on the channel, is a very just passionate cigar lover, and he made this. A lot of the factories use this paddle. This is amazing. It gives you ring gauge and it gives you length. I'm just a huge fan of this. This stays on my desk. I have a humidimeter around here somewhere, which I'm a huge fan of. That's probably in here somewhere. Here's the old one, and I have the new one somewhere else. The new one's even better than this one.
All made by Nick?
No, this is actually made by a company called Humidimeter.
Oh, yes,
a guy
yes,
named
yes.
Luigi out of Chicago, him and his family members. I forget their names, but some of the injustices of our industry. You have a company like this that's really striving to make progress in our industry, and it felt like no one really gives a shit, if I'm being honest. But I do, and I love this product, and I use it daily because I'm here curating cigars for you guys. And then finally, that brings me to this big boy behind me. This, you will never, ever, ever see another retailer with this again. This is a $5,000 investment. It is a Draw Master. It is only going to be found in the best of the best factories. In fact, even some of our favorite factories refuse to use it because people don't like technology. They don't like new technology. And so, but it works. And so when I find a factory that's consistent all the time, cigars come ready to smoke, they have a Draw Master in their factory.
Innovative companies do that.
Yeah, and plus, bro, I'm buying like 50,000, 10,000, 20. I gotta know if I cut it open and I'm like, oh, this is tight. Now I gotta grab a bundle and go test the whole bundle. And if it's not, I know I can't use that cigar company. Wow. I can't use that manufacturer again, right? That's how you narrow it down to who the best of the best is. We have a new club that you don't know about. It's called Backdoor Bonanza, and I use Ray Liotta in Goodfellas as like the mascot of it.
Nice.
And so this is Backdoor Bonanza. It's 10 cigars for $75. And
great deal.
Yeah, it is a great deal. And I think I used a lot of cigars that were around originally, but now I'm really focused on getting a mix of amazing stuff and dominating the traditional Cigar of the Month club. It's a little more expensive than most Cigar of the Month clubs, and I'm really not making money on it. Wait till you see what's in this. And that's kind of what I like about it, is it's attracting an audience that I didn't have before. And once they're here and they see the kind of service that we give, they might start looking around at our other products.
Different Vitolas and everything. Yeah,
okay.
Variety.
Yeah, so these are the 10 cigars you're getting, and I'm gonna start with the new stuff. New stuff are these guys right here. These are the new Tatuaje releases.
Nice.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man.
Tatuaje.
I absolutely can't stand Pete Johnson.
I thought you were
going
to say you guys are cool now.
No,
okay.
no, we're not cool. Not at all. But you know what, man? I appreciate his packaging, his passion, and he works out of the one of the few factories that I don't work out of. So I want to see what they're doing over there. Don Pepin is a legend in our industry. Oh, yeah. That's the guy who's actually making the cigars. I have another company I fucking can't stand. Crowned Heads. Nice. This is Blood Medicine? Yeah, Blood Medicine. I saw it came out. I wanted to try it. Why not? Hey, by the way, I've never allowed any grudge that I held against anyone to prevent me from... Yeah, because business is business, and my customers want what they want, and I want to get them everything they want. They shouldn't have to go anywhere else. So that's been my take. That is not the take of most of these guys, and I would bury the hatchet in 2 seconds if any of these guys could conduct themselves like real businessmen. I also put the Apex. This was a new release last month. It's pretty much sold out by now, and I think there might be a few boxes left.
Is that a $20 stick?
This is a $15 stick, okay? And it is a beautiful, beautiful cigar. Everyone that smoked it has told me amazing things about it for the most part, 99%. And the ironic thing is I've gotten a few, this is the best cigar I've ever had, from seasoned cigar smokers.
Wow.
So I'm a big fan of this. We're making more for next year, and that's that.
Is that like a sequel to the snake one? Remember the one?
No, the serpents. No,
Okay.
no. Okay, so this is Aladino, Yellow Bird. This doesn't have a ton of age in the cellar, but it is aged, I think, 3 or 4 years. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's a good smoke.
This is a fantastic cigar. If you like Aladino, if you like that Iroa Corojo, I mean, they have one of the best tobaccos in our industry. And that's people that know. When I sit down with a lot of the legends or people that are really in this industry, not retailers pretending or some brand that just popped up, but like guys that really know what they're doing when we talk about our love of tobacco. Aladino or Iroa, Junto, the father, is someone that constantly comes up because he's got one of the best Corojo tobaccos in our industry, and it might be the best tobacco. I'm not sure, but it's up there. It's in the like top 3 category of like, you want to make great cigars, you should get your hands on this tobacco, and you can't. They have it. Okay. And so the 2 sons, one has Aladino, one has Iroa. Paul Stulak, Colaboracion.
Wow, that's like
Remember
a
this?
3-year-old cigar right there.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, amazing
Okay, that
cigar.
cello has got
Look
some
at that.
age on it.
That's a good smoke.
It is a great smoke.
Paired
isn't
great
it?
with beer.
Yeah, sure. I loved it. I love Paul. He's a brother to us here, and we're lucky to have been associated with him from the jump. He's a great guy and a Canadian brother, one of our Canadian brothers. Okay, I got El Titan de Bronze. Come on, like everything they sell sells for like $18. So I got an El Titan de Bronze Raspberry Beret. This thing's aged 2 years. I was in love with this project. I got in a lot of trouble for putting their logo on it at the last minute. I sent it down, and they're like, "You're using our logo. Like, we have a deal with some big company." And I was just like, just come on.
Yeah.
Help me out here. Help a player out. I paid for the bands, baby. Also, for those of you that don't know, like, you want to get into like the nitty gritty of the business, we spend over $200,000 a year in bands.
Oh my God, dude.
Bands cost a lot of money. And I've had a lot of creative people that have made cigars with, like the guys at Uncle Paulie's Deli. They're like, "Yo, just do this." And I'm like, "Okay, but we have to print 10,000 of them." They're like, "Why?" And it's like, that's the way our industry, I don't know. I've thought about buying my own equipment. It's about $1.5 million. The problem isn't the cost of the equipment, it's running the equipment. I
got to pay the staff to do it.
Yeah, and I went to go look at a machine, and while they were feeding the paper in, the paper's like this big, while they were feeding the paper in, it got jammed up. And it's like, oh, this is just going to be nothing but problems.
Another headache for you.
Yeah, forget it, man. Come on. That's just like, we could go build our own cigar factory,
And
too.
the ROI is going to be like 5-6 years from now. So.
Oh, for sure. This guy talking about ROI over here. Big
right.
investor.
I've evolved over here.
Yeah. Johnny's like a day trader now. Very cool. I'm very happy that you're here. This is something that we did with Blackbird. It's called Half a Bird. And it's fantastic. I love it. So what happened was, we didn't have time to make a band for the project. So I said, "Show me the bands you have." And they showed them to me. And I said, "Just rip that one in half." And it sounds like drug, kind of half a bird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah,
Smart.
that's all me. Half a bird, bro. If you can put it in a rap song, I'm in. So there it is. This is an amazing cigar. I got another Paul Stulak. Look at the age in this thing. I don't even know.
Oh my
when
God,
this
I
is
remember
from.
that smoke, dude. It's
Yeah,
legendary.
Dude, this thing is the red Screaming Sun. This is the reason why I'm in touch
Screaming Sun.
with Paul Stulak. He's just an amazing guy.
That cigar came out when I started with you, like late 2019. I think.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I guess you're right. It's probably from about
That's
2019.
legendary. That's
Yeah.
how many years now? We're going on 6 now? 7?
Yeah, it's going to be 6-7 years. Yeah. Oh, dude, the collection is getting crazy, bro. We have some stuff in here that's just... And then this. I forget the complete... I know who blended it, and I'll never tell. But this is Robot Fumador. This is a guy who's not supposed to work with us, that did work with us, wanted to remain anonymous, and also wanted to use the club for his own experience, because he wanted to find out if he was good or if it was just hype.
Oh.
Because he got a lot of good
Smart.
marketing early on in his career, and he wanted to find out if his cigars are really good or if
Yeah.
it's just hype. So we
Smart,
put him out
smart.
anonymously, and man, people had great things to say, and this is an excellent, excellent cigar. And so these are your Backdoor Bonanzas for October, and it's a Halloween month.
It's a hell of a box, dude.
Yeah, right?
That's classic
For
Privada right
$75, bro, you get a little bit of us and a lot of them and some new stuff, some aged stuff. And I'm just a huge fan of Backdoor Bonanza. And what I like about it is this, and I'll just be completely transparent. We've been extremely successful in this industry. I have no reason to hide any motives. And my motive now is not to necessarily to make money. It's to, of course, everyone wants to be paid for their time, but my motive is to buy a lot of cigars. I want to become a really big buyer of cigars to support the factories and relationships that I've managed to, maintain. And when you can't buy cigars, it's not fun, and you don't build the relationships you want. And so my thing is how can I serve cigar smokers better than anyone else, which for me has been easy because I'm an actual cigar smoker. Most retailers don't really love cigars like that. So especially the big box, they're all like corporate guys. So this is one of the ways. And if you're not in this club and you like smoking, stuff out in the market, you're crazy. Okay?
Backdoor Bonanza.
I want to show you something. This is the kind of stuff where I get my inspiration from. This is a book from, I think it's from Japan or South Korea, and it's just
That's cool.
pictures of toys from over there. I have another book that's like pictures of, look at that, old like trading cards and stuff. I have another one that's, look at that, how cool is that?
That's cool.
I have another one that's like pictures of candy. I'm big on like this nostalgia style stuff. So that's what I like to do. And that's where I get my ideas from. Farm rolled, I'm gonna give you the skinny on it, and then we'll show you the card. This is a boxed press Nicaraguan cigar. I have a fantastic Dominican Corona that has some special tobaccos in it. It's made in Dominican Republic, but it's not made in Santiago. It's actually made in, where's the other, the place we flew out of? Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo.
Yeah, okay. And then I have a Connecticut from Aladino. I got so much praise about this cigar, I put it back in. Bro, having a Connecticut from Aladino, I mean, this is the guy who blended Davidoff for the last 30 years. So
That was a cool day.
Yeah,
It was a cool
he's
day.
a nice guy,
Yeah,
man.
great guy.
And that's what I'm talking about is like, I don't want to just make a cigar with them. I want to keep these factories open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the big companies, they don't care so much about legacy and all that stuff. They care more about being able to sell the product at whatever price they want to sell it for, or margins and stuff like that. And this, I think, is out of Esteli. We'll have to hit the card on the tape for that. How cool are the new
Great
bags,
bag,
right?
yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that nice?
I noticed that right away.
Okay. So that's that. That's farm rolled. So for those of you that don't know, farm rolled is 4 cigars for $5 each. So $20 for 4 cigars, which is fantastic. Why is it special? Because these are the same cigars out of the same factories that you're buying for $10 to $20 today on shelves. They just don't have the band. So how does it work? Once a company makes an order, so let's say I want 10,000 of these cigars. They're gonna go ahead and make whatever amount comes, this isn't an exact science, right? So they have to weigh the stuff out, and they'll get within 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. So oftentimes they make more than what the actual order is for. Those go in like an overage category. I get those and I put them in here without bands on them so that we're not degrading the brands. You can, if you look up the factories, in some cases, you can figure out what they are. And that's pretty cool too. We'll go on to Brian's box. Brian's box is pretty cool this month. Band. Okay, so here we go. We have, remember when Rojas came to visit us? That video is got like 30,000 views.
That's a
It's
great
not
smoke,
bad.
dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could see. So this was in the club maybe 3-4 years ago. This has some age on it. It was specifically a Privada exclusive. We weren't playing around. Rojas did us a good thing. And yeah, so we got this blue bonnet. It's probably aged 3 or 4 years. I don't remember when we made that video, but it was from around that time. Last year, I bought a bunch of Black Friday HVC cigars, the Omatep version. and I just held on to them. I knew I was aging them for something. I just didn't know what. And so now I'm putting them in Brian's box. For those of you that don't know, Brian's box is 4 cigars for $28.99. It competes with like a lot of other cigar clubs, but it's really just stuff that I want to smoke. I want to know how this HVC is aging. I want to know how that Blue Bonnet is aging. I want to know how these 2 Delectados out of that man's factory, Eladio Diaz. This is a trademark name we have from the James Bond franchise, Delectados. It's the brand of cigars he always smoked in the movies. So this is like a James Bond cigar. I haven't done much with the brand other than just let Eladio make some legendary blends with them. And I want to find out how these are aging. So that's what's in this month's Brian's box. Lastly, we're moving on to the club, man. It's Halloween, and I have a little bit of an issue. I don't think I can show them the actual artwork for the bands because I don't want any smoke. Look, we're a private club. Privada Cigar Club is a private club. It is a situation where I'm not, when I use some of these, some of this inspired art, I'm not making, it's not like a normal product where you put it on shelves and sell it like using someone. This is for my guys. Internally, this is a private thing. You don't know what you're getting, so you're not paying for that thing because it looks like this or that. This is just fun that I'm having with you, trying to intrigue your interest and help you explore the best manufacturers, the best blenders, the best farmers, and just really get to know cigars well. Most Privada members after 1 year in the club are more knowledgeable than most tobacconists at cigar shops. Most tobacconists at cigar shops are fed a bill of goods by traveling salesmen and stuff like that. And so it's important to become a Privada member for at least 6 months to a year. Okay, so this is a Nicaraguan puro. It was made at Eric Espinosa's La Zona factory about 5 years ago. Okay, I've been holding on to it ever since. It's a Robusto. It is fantastic. I'm on a Robusto kick lately. 5 years aged. It was a powerhouse originally. Now it's calmed down to have some nuance, and I'm really in love with this cigar, and I think you're going to be too. If you like Nicaraguan tobacco, you're going to love this, and it's got great age on it. Next is a Dominican cigar. Okay. Wait, you want to show? Look at the art.
Oh, that's cool. He wants to get sued.
Okay, so there's that, and this is a Dominican puro. This was made by Mr. Chico Rivas, our friend.
Oh yeah.
And this has got about 5 or 7 years age on. I got to look at the card, but this is very aged. When we were down there, I mean, basically what Chico does is if he gets an order from you, it'll be for 12,000 cigars. He'll make 24,000 cigars. He makes double, okay? And he holds on to them. And he does it strategically for a reason. If the cigar sells well, he's able to then have them already on deck, ready to go, so he doesn't have to break his back to make more cigars. And or probably sells it to other people, let's be honest, right?
And they're aged.
Yeah, and they're aged, yeah. And so he's got stuff that, remember we smoked a 24-year aged cigar?
That was
at
wild,
his, yeah,
dude. That
yeah,
was
yeah.
wild. What a day, bro.
I know.
What a weekend.
Yeah, man, we had some great
hurricane
times.
happening over here.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're going back to Nicaragua, but we're doing it by way of Mexico. So we have a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Okay, this thing has a ton of age on it. It's 4 or 5 years aged. I'll have to go back and look at the card. This was really cool because I found this cigar at a tabacalera that I don't think is really around anymore. And they called it Tabacalera Funarte, which was adjacent to an art gallery. And I'm not sure because I don't speak Spanish, but I'm pretty sure they were using like some of the proceeds to fund the artists or something like that. I don't think it's around anymore. I haven't had contact back from them in quite a while, but this is a Mexican San Andreas over Esteli. And it's from Esteli, and it's got 5+ years age on it, 4+ years age. I gotta check the card, but it's a chocolate dream. So I have berries on the Dominican. I have chocolate on the San Andreas, and then I have some fruitier, zestier notes on this guy right here. And I can't wait for you to see the bands because I think they're gonna make you really happy. I think they're gonna make you enjoy the cigars even more. And I'm just excited to share that with you. If you go to the website right now, you'll see there's a video playing, and I think it's pretty cool. And you know, this is probably the best time of year for cigars. Not only is it the best smoking weather, but I think, and you got to give Tatsuo Waihe credit. He made Halloween and which he trademarked the holiday name, by the way. He made the Halloween theme of cigars.
Like a staple for his cigars.
Yeah, well, just for they're just a hot time for millennial cigar smokers. Period. You know, and so I think it's a great time. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah. Check this out. Okay. In the LCA, we have our Wraith series. So let me explain Wraith to you. Okay. Wraith is, do you know Wraith? Okay, so Wraith is a remake of a legendary cigar. So let's say we get in contact with this factory and we're doing tons of business with them, and we know that they made this extra special cigar that changed the industry, right? I always feel really awkward about asking them, like, hey, can we get that blend? Or like, hey, like, it feels poserish to me, right? But I will mention, like, hey, we loved this cigar. And of course, the answer is always like, no shit, everyone loved that cigar, right? So, but what we will do is we will say, hey, for a limited release, we want to focus on a blend that changed our industry, and we remake a legendary cigar. And this one happens to actually be on shelves now. The idea is I can't tell you what factory, I can't tell you anything about it, because if the actual company found out that the trust was betrayed, that would be shitty, and that's not what I'm here to do. But I am here to get us the best cigars. So this year's Wraith is a silver Wraith, and it is a legendary cigar. It's actually on shelves right now. Last time I saw it in the wild, it was $18.50. I think we'll be selling for $13, something like that. And this is a really cool project that we do every year where we recreate a legendary blend. The next project we do is called Deadstock. Now, there used to be a company called Lost and Found, and Lost and Found had a great business model. They would tell you that they went out and found 7-year-aged cigars and all this stuff, and honestly, like, after doing business with some of these guys, I started to feel like I was being taken for a ride. So I wanted to do it on my own and make sure that it was authenticatable, just like, you know, when I was into streetwear, like, you could authenticate where some of this stuff came from, the factories, all that good stuff. So this is Deadstock. This was made by our friend AJ Fernandez at Tabacalera Fernandez, which our cigars don't typically come from. It's a Figurado. It's got 5 years of age on it, and the wrapper, it's a Nicaraguan puro. The wrapper's from Jalapa, and the rest of the binders and fillers he grew himself. This cigar is a 10 out of 10 for me, and I seriously hope you can get access to these, because we only have a few thousand of them. I gotta give you a little warning about what's to come. We're gonna have another boxed product, right? We had Apex last month. We had cookies this month. Bro, I've smoked so many cookies.
Look at all the cigars. That's so wild.
It's insane.
4 humidors.
It's insane how many cookies I smoke. The Connecticut is my daily smoke 2-3 times a day. And then we had Apex, we had cookies. Cookies is going through the roof. And now, for November, to complement our turducken, okay?
That's cool.
Right? Yeah. Turducken's I think it's our biggest selling cigar.
Pumpkin spice. Yeah.
And then I'm also doing a pumpkin spice. I found this cigar that I felt like tastes like pumpkin spice. I was like, we got to do that. Okay? And then we're going to have a boxed product called Gravy. And it kind of reminds me of like a Nicaraguan Davidoff, but like with me doing funky art on it. So it was like Davidoff inspired on the art, but then I wanted to make it like a little bit more street and up to date and that kind of thing. And so we made it all drippy and melty, and the box was printed with all this cool stuff. But this is what's coming out in November. This is what's coming out with the cookies in October. And man, I mean, we're just firing on all cylinders here. A lot of people reached out to me over the Clark video. Clark has moved on. He's out in the real estate industry now. And, you know, I think he's a young guy and he wants to see what else is out there other than just the cigar industry. And I don't blame him for that. I think I'm starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of people didn't realize after COVID that things like went from a 10 to a 4, and that kind of sucks. But I'm starting to see things come back. We just transferred over our website. Want to apologize to anyone who suffered any losses of free shipping cigar subscription or anything like that. We did lose some things in the mix, but you know what? It was so well worth it because the things I can do for you now are astronomical. And we're going to start by, and I'm hoping to do this, by putting $10 of credit in your account on Halloween Day.
That's cool.
So you got 10 free bucks to spend on us. I think there will be a rule, like you still got to spend another 10 bucks or something like that. But you're gonna have like 10 free dollars or some percentage that's immediately taken off. That's worth, a serious thing there. So save a couple of bucks for Halloween and then get ready for November, because doing sales on things is no longer going to be a hassle for us, and we can serve you a lot better this way. So I hope all you guys are enjoying this. I hope you're loving cigars. Hashtag we are Privada, hashtag we are the industry, hashtag we are family. Oh, also, Hungry Herf is back on July 31st, August 1st, August 2nd. We're going to be in Youngstown, Hubbard, Ohio. We're shutting down the entire main street there, and it's going to be awesome. Pub crawls, restaurant crawls, cigars, games, all types of stuff, man. I had so much fun at the first one. We had about 300 people out there, and I think we're going to get about 500 people out there this year, and we're going to have some serious sponsors and stuff like that. Peace.